Remember Me is the most ironic name for a video game since Anthony Burch's heterosexual lifestyle simulator. That is to say, this game is about as memorable as Anthony Burch is not a goo-gobbling abomination against the machinations of God's creation. Remember Me is a story-focused beat-em-up game with the mushiest combat I've seen since a plump prostitute pummeled my pearly purple pecker. In this game, you play as a young Joanna Dark after falling in some pudding with a dead bird glued to her head and a deviled egg floating over the back of her neck. Overall, the game is a bit sterile looking, but does include some nice assets, if you know what I mean. And in case you didn't know what I mean, I'm referring to Lilim's massive mulatto moneymakers, which is good because as this pretentious game lulls you to sleep, you can imagine using Lilim's disgusting blood-engorged booty hole as a pillow. In Remember Me, you fight less than a dozen enemy types, which include mumbling retards, palette-swapped riot police, and 2 types of robots that both die in 2 shots. Bosses include a stereotype of masculine white men, an elderly lesbian, the same robot twice, the same Brazilian guy 3 times, and a bullion cube. Combat consists of 4 dull combos, dodging, and some one-button special moves which completely negate any sense of difficulty you might have accidentally encountered. Your regular attacks can either do damage, heal Lilim, or charge up your special abilities, but really, you'll just mash the same attack combo until you get hurt and need to heal. Whereas most action games reward you with health and special attacks for killing enemies, Remember Me forces you to waste time mashing recovery combos instead. Enemies alert you to incoming attacks with exclamation marks, but Lilim is sluggish and rarely turns in time to hit an enemy other than the one she's facing. So generally, you will attack one guy while his 6 identical siblings surround you and take turns slapping you in the face with their disgusting dookie dolloped dinguses. Platforming areas do little to hide the fact you are traveling in a straight line from place to place, as you literally cannot deviate from the intended path. And worst of all, at no point in the game can you utilize your parkour skills during battle, use Lilim's memory-altering skills during exploration, or play Lilim's beautiful brown baboon booty like bongos. Remember Me could have been God Hand plus parkour, instead it's more like right hand plus my dick. The memory-altering segments of the game are the main draw and really should have been the entire focus of the game, as they are the only gameplay components that actually contribute positively to the narrative. Story-wise, scenes relating directly to Lilim and her family are handled fairly well, but everything else is just cringe-inducing and feels like the writers were struggling to elongate the game.
She was here before. No, she wasn't. We must stop her! Stop her now! There! Get her! Got to stop her!
Overall, I can't recommend Remember Me unless you hate yourself or have Stephen Hawking hands, and can't play a real action game like Ninja Gaiden or Devil May Cry.